I'll put in the game up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you do now have a forum. All right, the directors present are Ms. Miller, Mr. Fisher, Mr. Gannon, Dr. Barksdale, and Councilwoman Gonzalez, so we do have a quorum. All right. Anyone signed up for public comments?
No, not
All
this.
right. All right, the minutes are in the packet. If you haven't had a chance to look at those. Motion to approve.
Second motion.
So we have a motion by Mr. Fisher, a second by Dr. Barksdale. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. All right. That means we are on to the exciting world of insurance.
Yes, we have several bids and proposals that we wanted to make the board aware of that will be out to bid. First, we have the RFP for group medical insurance and dental. And then that will be, our current, vendor is Blue Cross Blue Shield and for medical and Humana for dental. So this will be going out to bid tomorrow. We also have audit services. This is up for renewal as well. This RFP will be going out to bid. Aerial orthophotography will be going out to bid as well. And we have an invitation for bid for temporary services that will be going out this month as well. Just wanted to let the board know that those will be out. They'll be on our socials, on our website, and on public purchase.
So I understand Ariel, what is ortho?
Top down,
Okay,
photography. Obliques are at
Angle.
an angle, orthos directly above.
Okay,
It's scary how crystal clear these pictures are now, taken at the level that they are. Which has allowed our appraisers to be more safe when they're out in the field, because they don't have to go in the backyard. If they can have to estimate, they can look at the aerials, the most current aerials, and see if it's actually living area, if they're built anything, or if it's not changed from year to year. But the clarity has just been unbelievable.
so it's the expectation that all of them will be available for approval at the next meeting, or take a look?
I'm hoping that we'll close the bids in July
Okay,
and then bring them to the board for approval in August.
all right, very good. Do you have any questions? All right, item number E, the election process.
Yes, sir. As you know, our 3 elected board members will be up for re-election in November, and per the Secretary of State's rules, we are just letting the board know that I will need your signature, sir, for the notice of deadline to file an application on the ballot. It has to be done 30 days before the first date of filing is open. And that first date would be July 18th. So by having your signature today, we can post it sooner than that, just to be ready for the upcoming election.
Okay. In all 3 seats are on 12.
That's correct, sir.
All right, any questions, comments, discussion? Okay. We're back to insurance.
This, we are asking the board for approval to approve a contract with William Rustberg. This is a professional service. He's our insurance consultant that puts together our bid specs this year for medical and dental. This will be going out. He will put the bid specs together to go out to bid, and then he evaluates the bids and usually brings them back to the board to get approved. This one may come back a little later, not in August, maybe September. So the contract amount is for $15,000. They've helped the district for over 20 years, so we asked the board for their motion to approve.
There's a motion.
Second.
Second, right. Motion by Ms. Miller, second by Mr. Fisher. You can't talk tonight. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I know he has done a good job. In the past.
Yes, sir. Him and his wife are excellent.
All right, board of directors vacancy.
I apologize, sir. This is my oversight. This should have just been an information only. I just wanted to let the board know that the deadline for filing for the vacant seat was the 29th of May. And we have 15 applicants that have submitted their applications. And at the same time, I just want to let the board know that the ad hoc committee will be meeting on June the 12th at 2 p.m. in our office to finalize all the questions and then the processes. And then that way they can determine how to move forward with the interview process.
Right, so at the meeting on Friday, we will be doing exactly that, determining what the interview process shall look like. And then determining, how and when we're going to do that.
Is the desire for us to have the person to get the person sworn in at our July meeting? Or remind me what we had decided.
So what we did last time was we established a timeline.
Right.
And we're so far, we're on time for that. Initially, we were, Mr. Uresti was questioning whether we would get any applicants at all. I talked to the chief appraiser a few days before the deadline, and we had 7 applicants.
Correct.
And then it almost doubled in the next couple of days. So I think what the committee's gonna have to determine whether we want to, review. I think what we need to do is review the applications and see if there's any that we just don't feel are qualified. We can put those to the side once we actually have an idea of how many people we actually want to interview. We'll be able to tell how long that might take.
That makes sense. So, thank you.
My hope is that we could stick to the timeline, but with 15 applicants, it may take a little bit more.
What's the next deadline that we had set, is I guess my question.
So we had the first week in June was for vetting and making sure all that. The second week was to have the meeting and to establish the processes.
Okay,
And so really the timeline from there on is basically what we decide on Friday.
okay,
I would like to have some idea of whether we want to have a 1-step process or a 2-step process. With that many applicants, we may want to do, I know several of the other taxing entities have a process where they have an initial interview. The committee narrows that down to 3 or 4 candidates, and then you have more extensive interviews after that.
right, okay.
So hopefully, we can get that done fairly expeditiously.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the members of that committee are Miller, myself, Dr. Barksdale, and
Ms. Heisey.
Ms. Heisey.
Yes.
Who is more than 2 minutes late, 2 minutes. All right, are there any questions, additional questions about that? I guess the other item that we would want to decide is if we make it a 2-interview process, whether we would want to do the final interviews as an ad hoc committee or as a full board.
I mean, you could do ones that virtually, honestly,
I don't know if that's true.
on people, then bring in the final that's
In person.
live person.
So we have some things to talk about.
Yeah, that's. So, yeah, that's the impact for me.
All right, item H, resolution to appeal appraisal review board termination.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gannon, if I may, I'd like to move executive session ahead of item H so that I can discuss the matter with the board in
Okay,
executive session, and then we can come out and the board can make their determination.
all right, the board will go into closed session at 6:12. All right, we are going back into open session at 6:21 PM. Based on the conversations that we had in executive session, the board makes the following proposal for resolution. The resolution of the Bear Central Appraisal District's Board of Directors authorizing the chief appraiser to appeal Bear Central Appraisal Review Board's exemption determination of the taxpayer protest for tax year 2025 of Bear Central Appraisal District's property bearing the following account number. Property ID 1395696. The owner is Spurs Lane Apartments and 2 Spurs Lane. That is the motion. Do we have a second?
Second motion.
You have a second, Dr.
You don't need
Parks?
to explain this publicly?
Uh,
No? Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
We're amending the piece of current
Okay.
legislation.
Got it.
All right, we have any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution passes. All right, I now believe we're down to reports. So, Ms. Crystal.
Okay, I will be reading the financials under J, under tab 1, where I'll say March. Our Funds investment report dated March 31st, 2026. We had total deposits of $16,480,518.53. Year-to-date interest earned is $24,233.50. We are over collateralized by $2,127,822.91. If you turn to page 5, you'll see total revenues collected as of March 31st, 2026 is $14,982,453. You turn to page 8. You'll see as of March 31st, we have a fund balance of $7,786,903. If you turn to the next page, it's our designated cash fund accounts, and there are no changes to any of the accounts. Do you have any questions?
Questions? All right, appraisal record.
Sir, we are in tab 2. Just a quick recap, protest deadlines. The initial protest deadline was May 15th, in which we sent out originally 195,000 appraisal notices. A second round of notices were mailed on May 29th. That established a June 29th protest deadline. This included 13,329 new notices, mostly business personal property. We do have a third and final bulk notice run planned for June 18th with an anticipated protest deadline of July 20th. Protest activity, we began conducting 2026 protest hearings on May 26th. We have completed 6 weeks of informal conferences in which over 22,000 settlements have taken place. We are maintaining our ownership and exemption applications. We're right around that 30 to 40 day deadline. And but if there are any individual accounts that are past that, or they have any owners have any questions about it, they can contact our office to get it processed more quickly. But here's the big thing: property protest trends. 2026, we have now received over 180,000 protests, and that was anticipated. Despite the slowing of the market, the stagnation of values, this has continued our engagement in protest activity, in which we've had 3 years in a row now around that 180,000 protest mark. Bulk of it comes in that last week of the protest deadline, where we shoot up from anywhere from 80,000 protests to 160,000 protests. Let's see. We've got several statistics there in the next 6 pages. As compared to protests and appraisal notices sent, again, we've got continued protest engagement despite the slowdown in the market. What's happened is agent volume has taken the place of owner protests. And so where owner protest volume has declined, agent protest volume has increased. Protest in office versus online versus file only. 64% of all protests were filed electronically. Focusing more on residential property owners, 66% of the residential property owners protested on using the online platform. Market value under protest. When we put this report together, it was 126 billion. As of today, it's over 133 billion. And then our resolution progress report so far. Again, we have just over 180,000 protests. We have resolved about 45% of the protested value to date in the past 6 weeks. But as far as count volume, we're a little under 20% of the protest account volume at this time. We look to certify our records at 95% by July 20th. And so we will have a better update come July meeting on our progress. Any questions on our protest activity?
Now, you're getting a lot of protests from folks like Onwell and all those other.
Yes, we had an increase in agent protest volume overall.
Yes. They get signed everywhere.
Any questions? All right. Community engagement.
Good evening, everyone. I promise I'll make it quick. In your packet, you have our April and May community engagement statistics, and I'll focus on May. Our encounter activity and inbound calls remain the same. They're average for this time of year. 19,000 phone calls, 4,761 visitors in-house. I would like to draw your attention to that third category, which is new, which is our help center. We did a review of our Zendesk Help Center a couple of months ago, and I decided it was time to pull those numbers in. So you'll see just for the month of May, over 8,800 tickets were created. But next to that, you'll see 9,200 were solved. That just shows how our staff is not only solving the newly created tickets, but also taking care of backlog in record time. You'll see there's a 21-hour turnaround. This is what that means. So people are less than a day being serviced, and we have an 89% one-touch resolution, which means they don't have any back and forth. They submit their question and get their immediate answer. So we're very happy with the way this platform is being utilized, and the public does seem to appreciate being able to contact us 24 hours a day. Our community engagement events have slowed down. We had 12 in the month of May. This to the rest of the year, they dwindled to 1 or 2 a month, but still get staff out there. And we still meet with the public to help however we can. With that, unless you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. White.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This won't take long at all. I will give you a few numbers and I'll break that down for you and we will keep on going. We started out April and May. Let's say there were 46 people that I met with or that reached out to me. Of those 46, I have about 90 accounts that was attached to those 46. Of those 90, there were about 19 exemptions. We tend to get quite a few of those now because some people just have not filed for them and they're wondering why. Why? Well, they haven't filed for them. So we help them print those papers out and fill it out and give it back to them so they could be accounted for. Are there any questions on that? Sir, can I say something that was asked of me by the ARB chair?
Sure.
Okay. The ARB chair shared and would like to share with the board, first hearings to the date have been light. He states that I have been sending half of the panels home. The second thing he would like to say is in accordance with the Texas tax code, this year, we are requiring either affidavits or unsworn declarations for all remote hearings. Last year, anyone who protested was informed of this requirement verbally. This year, the district provided written notices in all of the protesters' forms in their mails. Most individuals have complied, but many have not. This may result in an increase in complaints to the board of directors. So if you happen to get any, it's already been taken care of as far as we're concerned on this side of the house because the information has been given to them. They just have to read it and put it in a file. Are there any questions? All right, this year is going to be a good year.
All right, that takes us to the end of our agenda. We have plenty of time to get home and see this first. That's good. All right,
Move it, we so adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And we have a second from Ms. Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Oh, Mr. Fisher, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.